Okay, in the previous section, we were able to create customers list. We are able to enter some customer manually, and we are able to import customers list automatically from from Excel data set. So now the next thing we're going to do is how to create customers invoice. That is what we are going to do. So we are already on the customer center here, customer center where we're having a customer's information. So there are many ways. There are two basic ways you can create invoice or record a transaction in a particular customer to a particular customer. Okay, let's go back to our home, our dashboard. Now we're able to do this. Now the next one I want us to do is this, adding an invoice. You can do this from here, or you can come to this place where you're seeing new. Come to the customers tab and click invoice. It will still give you the same thing. It will still give you the same thing. So why do we use invoice? Invoice is used when we are rendering a service to a customer that does not pay cash payment or made part of the payment which is not complete. We use invoice to track that this customer is still owing us. So his payment is going to go to our invoice as a he's going as a receivable, that's as a debtor in our account. So from here now, once you click on the invoice from the customer tab, from the new tab, you click on the invoice, you now select the customer's name. So let's say we are going by this. You select the customer's name, automatically it will pull out the customer's information if the customer's information is already in the system. So it will pull it out. You can see that this is the only information we have about this customer. We have the name, or we have the email address. Now the billing address automatically, because we did not put email address from the beginning. That is why we're having this, but you can still change this one and put the billing address. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to leave it like that. So the product, you now select the product you're rendering, the product or service you're selling to the person. If you don't have any product you're rendering, if you don't have any product in your list yet, you can just select to add new. We're still coming to that on how to add inventories in our QuickBooks. But if you don't have any, you can just select add new. It will open up this information where you can add new customers information. So let's do that quickly. So now you can see there are three types of invoice. Now let's talk about service. You all know what service you provide to customers. So in my case, we provide services like training. That is what we do. So what is the name of the service? We have QuickBooks training. QuickBooks training. Okay, this can just go. The SKU, you can just leave it. It's not important. You can input, let's say you can input the image of the product here. You can select the category for the product. If you don't have, you can just let it be. Now I can put the description. We can put the rates. How much do we charge for training? Okay, we charge for training 20,000 naira. Okay, but that's for our service. Now on the service, which account the amount going to once it is paid is going to service account, or you can choose to change the name of the account. Okay, you can choose to change the name of the account. Okay, let's say I want to change this name. I don't want it to be a service alone. I want to remember what we did in our bank section. I want to change the account, the income account, to something else. I want to track it as QuickBooks training. So we can just come to this place, send new. Once you select your new exercise patient, like I always say, exercise patient. So you can see the account type is income account, detail account is, let's say, so we are going to go with okay, let's go with this service slash fee income. That's the detail. So we can come here and change it. It's a QuickBooks. It's a sub account of service. It's a sub account of this service. So we can see save and close. Now we have saved it and closed it. If you load up here, you can see that it has train service and QuickBooks training. So you can save this as well. It will automatically save and appear here. So that's it. So this one we say description, it may be training, QuickBooks training. Let's use QuickBooks training. Now, how many people? If you're training more than two people, if you're training more than one person, you can put the number of people. That's the quantity. You say two, or let's say for now, let's go with one. So once you do that, you now have to save. You have to save here. You can put a memo on the invoice here. Also, you can put attachment. You can attach a statement on it. So for now, we are still coming back to that. So now let's look at this time. The time is showing that, like I said, the time is showing net 30. That's the customer. This customer, what it means is that this customer has 30 days to pay. So you can see the invoice was raised on the 30th November, and the due date for the invoice is 12th is 30th December. So that is it. So it has 30 days net. So if you change this net to 15, this also will change. The due date will change as well. So you can see anything you select here, it automatically change here. So that is how to track. That is how you can track your. That is how you can track your invoices that are due in QuickBooks. So once you are done with this, you can choose to save and send via email to the person, or you can just say save and close. Save and close. So we have saved this information and we have closed it. And how do you know that this invoice has been created, or there's a transaction between you and this person? So let's add a couple of other invoices so that we can do some things. In that case, I have to pause this video because it's the same process. I don't want the video to be too long so that you will not be confused. So I'll pause this video and fast track it. So I was able to add a couple of invoices. I added two invoices. So let's go back to our customers and lead. You see that we already have three open invoices. If you want to see those invoices, you can just click here. You see the invoices. We have three open invoices. What it means that these invoices have not been paid for. Okay. Now, in order not to confuse you, in order not to get confused, there is what we call receipts. Receipt as making cash receipts, and receive payment. Now, in QuickBooks, if a customer pay you in cash, you use the sales receipt to record his transaction. But if the customer was issued an invoice earlier on before making a payment, what you are going to use in order to track that transaction, you're going to use what is called receive payment. And that is why if you look at these open invoices here, once you click on these open invoices, you do not see sales receipt. What you're seeing is received payment. Receive payment. It shows that this receive payment is in lieu of the invoice you created earlier on for that customer. So once any payment is made via an invoice, for an invoice created, what you're going to do, you're going to use receipt payment to record that amount. So let's do that immediately. Now we have three open invoices here. You can choose to click here to receive the payment if the customer has made any payment at all. To receive the payment, so the same thing, you select the customer's name. Okay, you select the customer's name. Once you select the customer's name, it will pull out all this information about the customers and how much is owing. So you can see date of payment. Now you can see payment method. What payment method did the customer use? Did he pay by cash, check, credit card payment, or direct debit payment? Direct debit means going to the bank and making the deposit, bringing the teller to you. That is it. So in this case, let's say we want to add another payment because the payment method the person used is not here. So what we're going to do is we're going to add another payment method. Let's say transfer. So You can say this is a credit card transfer or this is a transfer. So this notification is disturbing me already. Wow, I guess I'm fed up already. Turn off. Okay, so this is it. You can say transfer, transfer. This is a credit card transfer or any other transfer. So you can just leave it like that and click save. So you now select the preference number. You can choose the invoice number as the preference number. Then you have to select where was this amount deposited. So the deposit was made through our bank UBA bank account. It was made to our UBA bank account. So you can just select UBA bank account. How much did the person pay? If you leave it checked like this, it shows that the person paid completely. But if you do not, you can put the amount. Let's say this person paid 15,000 naira. Pays 15,000 naira, that's the amount you paid. You can see that the payment will be applied automatically. To that person. So let's see, this is it. Oh, sorry, I have committed a blunder. So this is the total amount that the person is going to pay us, which is 20,000. But the person paid 15,000. We enter the 50,000 naira here to the payment because we may have other open invoices for that the same person. So this is the person made this and the credit. This is the amount is going to be applied and the remaining balance is 5,000. So you can just save and close. Save this transaction and close it. Once you save the transaction and close it, the invoice is still open, but the balance remaining is 5,000 as you are seeing here already indicated by QuickBooks. That's the balance the customer is still owing you, the business or your business. So once you look at the face of our dashboard here, you see that some things have started to change. One, you see that our bank account has an opening amount of 20,000 naira, which is supposed to receive, but because it's an open invoice which has not been paid fully, we have this amount. If you click on it, you can see the breakdown of the transaction. So what we are able to do here in this section of the video, we are able to create an invoice. We are able to receive payment against the invoice we created. Now we're going to receive payment for customer who made payment in cash, paid fully in cash. So you come back to your new here, then you come to receive payment. You come to sales receipt, not receive payment, please, because we don't have invoice for this transaction. The one we receive payment is the one we have issued invoice earlier. So we are going to go with sales receipts. Once you click on sales receipts, you select the name of the customer as usual. Okay, let's say this person. Once you select the name of the customer, what method did the person make payment? Okay, let's say the person made a direct wire transfer. Which date? You select the date. The sales number automatically is continuing from the invoice we have created. The sales number is this. You can customize the sales number the way you want it to be. So you select the transaction, the product or service you render to the person. So QuickBooks training, one person. This person is paying for one person. So because this person paid complete or is paying in cash, we may say let's give the person 5% discount. 5% discount. So we're giving the person 5% discount and is paying, instead of 20,000 naira, is paying 19,000 naira. So you can just add a memo here, attach evidence of payment here. So we are still going to come to that. I just want to show you how to do this. So this is now receive payment, not payment. Receive payment is used when you don't have an invoice already issued. Sorry, sales received. I mean, sales received means you don't have an invoice already. existing for that customer, or the customer is paying for that service with is paying cash immediately via wire transfer, any other means, but is paying immediately for that transaction. So you just have to, once you enter that, you just say save or save and close. So save and close, that's what we're going to do. So we are able to enter a received payment. I'll also advise you, once you create your QuickBooks account, try these practices, try all these things, and you will see that you're going to be making progress in that. Try it and enter a couple of customers, enter a couple of transactions, also enter a couple of payments. Anywhere you are confused, you all have our number, you're in our platform. You can quickly send us a message and we'll clarify you based on that. So what we are able to do, we are able to enter customer's name, we are able to enter in create invoice, we are able to receive payment against the invoice we created, and we are able to also track our payments. So what I mean by tracking our invoice is, again, come back to your customers and leads. Come back to your customers and leads. Now this is it. This is what I mean by tracking our customers. So we know we have our open invoice. We have 3 open invoices of 45,000 naira. So, but one of the customers paid 15,000 naira, and his balance is remaining 5,000 naira. So we are able to track that the customer invoice was for 20,000 naira, but he was able to pay 20 and 15,000 naira, and the balance is now 5,000 naira. So now this person has not made any payment at all. So his open invoice is still 20,000 naira, and he has net 15 days to make such payments. Okay, so that is it on that. And this person also has an open invoice of 20,000 naira, which he has not made any payment yet. Because if he has made any payment, the opening balance will be reduced by that amount he paid, or if he made payment completely, we won't see this balance anymore. Okay, let's say this person make complete payment. Let's say this person make complete payment. Let's see what happened here. Let's see what happens here. So click on receive payment, and automatically it will pull out the person's information. So the person paid, let's say via the check. Let's change another payment method, and the payment will be deposited into our bank account, UBA bank account. So you can see this is what the person paid completely, 20,000 naira, and we just save it and close it. Let's see what happened again. Let's see what happened. Okay, this is what happened. You can see that automatically the person's name has been cleared off from this particular place, because the person is no more owing us. The person has paid completely. If you want to now track that payment, you can come to paid. These are the people that paid. So this person paid us in cash and paid completely, is not owing. This person paid complete because she had an invoice earlier on, so she's no more owing. And this person paid parts of his payment. These are the payments you have received already. So payment of these 3 people is the one totaling this 59,000 naira. So that is it on how to track your payments in QuickBooks. So come to business overview, you can see how these things appear. Onto your business. So let's go back. We are able to track those payments. We are able to track record customers, create invoice, track payments, sales made in cash, and sales made on credit. That is the one we use invoice to record. So that is it on that. In the next video, we are going to be talking about how to track our expenses, bills, and suppliers accounts payable. That is what we're going to be treating in the next section of the video. So thank you very much, and make sure you stick to this channel so that you will get all the information you need to get on QuickBooks.